Hi guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel, and this is my New Year book tag. So it's finally the last day of 2020 and honestly I thought this day was never going to come, and this year has had its good points and it's also had a lot of bad points, and I think that is going to be the same for everybody everywhere. It has just been a really weird, really unexpected year, and I'm glad to see the back of it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, but it's been a really good year for reading for me, and hopefully next year it's going to be even better. And I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I am hoping to achieve in 2021. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the book tag. So the first question is, how many books are you planning to read in 2021? So I am going to be aiming for 52 books this year, and it seems quite a lot for me. But considering the past 2 years I have been reading about 40 or so books every year, I reckon 52 is quite doable. That's only one book a week. So realistically, I only have to read 4 books every month to reach that target. And I feel like I could smash that target really easily this year. I am so in the mood to read, and I have so many books that I'm really looking forward to getting to that I think it's going to be a walk in the park, but we'll see. It obviously things factor into it, like having to work and doing these videos and stuff that will keep me from reading, but yeah, we will see. So question 2 is, name 5 books that you didn't get to this year but you want to make a priority in 2021. The first 2 books are Sharp Objects and Dark Places, both by Gillian Flynn. I've had these books for ages and I wanted to get to them last year. I wanted to try and read them before the end of 2020, but just didn't work out. I just couldn't find the time, wasn't really in the mood for them either. But I'm going to plan to read these in January. I just want to get them out of the way, and I really do like Gone Girl. It's one of my favourite books. So I have high hopes for these, and yeah, I need to get them off my TBR because they've been sitting there for so long. I also have The Prison Doctor by Dr. Amanda Brown. So this is a non-fiction book that I bought at the start of the first lockdown back in March. That's how long it's been, I can't even remember anymore. But this is one that I have seen everywhere and I've heard really good things about it. So I would like to get to this one eventually in the next 2 or 3 months. Then we have If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. This was a Christmas present from 2019. My boyfriend bought me this book because it was on my Christmas wish list that year, and this is a book that I've been so excited to read, so I just don't understand why I haven't picked it up yet. And it's kind of like a Shakespeare retelling, or it's like based on a Shakespeare play, and it's all about these guys that I think they're performing a Shakespeare play actually, and one of them gets murdered, and it's all about trying to find out. It's a whodunit basically, and I'm really looking forward to this. So I might try and read this in January. I don't know yet. I haven't really planned out my January TBR because there are a lot of new releases I want to get to. But anywho, then the last book on that list is Birthday by Meredith Russo. So I bought this book last year, and I have to show you the sprayed edges because they're so damn gorgeous. But this is all about these 2 friends who share the same birthday, and I think they only see each other every year on their birthday. We only follow them on their birthday for so many years, and we just kind of see how they change and grow as people and how their relationship with each other develops and changes. And I believe one of the characters in this story is transgender, and I haven't read a book with a transgender main character yet, so I'm very intrigued to see what this story is all about, and very, very excited for this one. And I feel like I might save this for February and Valentine's Day. I don't know, it's just giving me those kind of vibes. I might be wrong, but we'll see anyway. Question 3 is, what genre do you want to read more of? So I say this all the time, but I do want to read more non-fiction, and I have a lot of great non-fiction books on my TBR that I want to get to in 2021. Some of them I'm really excited about, and I just want to be expanding my knowledge on a whole range of different subjects. But I would also like to get back into fantasy this year. I've got a couple of fantasy books that I'm very excited to read. And I also want to read a bit more horror because I was getting into that genre last year. Really enjoyed the books that I read, so there's a bit of a mix going on. I want to be reading a bit of everything, but I don't know. Again, we'll see how that pans out. Question 4 is, name 3 non-related book goals for 2021. So one of my main goals is to stay off my phone. I have a bad habit of being on my phone all of the time, and so it's like the first thing I do when I wake up, the last thing I do when I go, like before I go to bed, and it's just driving me insane. Like, the social media addiction that I have is not healthy, and so I want to be breaking that habit this year, and I want to stop being on my phone as much and using that time spent to do something more productive, like reading, art, you know, all the things that I like doing. And my second non-bookish goal for 2021 is to get back into photography. So I love photography. It's something that I have done in the past quite a lot, and I studied it at university. It's something that I would like to have a career in the future, but mainly I just like doing it as a hobby. I didn't really do a lot of it in 2020, but that's probably because I didn't have the opportunities to go and do it. With the whole pandemic, I couldn't go out to places, I couldn't travel, which is the kind of photography that I like to do. I like to do a lot of landscapes and portraits and things. So this year I would like to try and get back into that and just be a bit creative and be a bit experimental and see what kind of wacky things I can produce. And my last goal for 2021 is to just manage my time a bit better. So obviously the social media thing factors into that, but I also want to spend my days a bit more productively, because I've found that when I'm not productive, it really affects my mental health. And I know there are days when I can't be forcing myself to do things, that there are days when I am going to have to just nothing in order to get through that day. And that's fine, and I accept that. But I want to be spending my days where, you know, I am making videos, where I'm reading, where I'm exercising, where I'm just doing things that's going to keep my mind healthy. And I want to be able to manage my time so that I get the things that I say I'm going to do done on that day. And especially with work, you know, I'm a waitress, so my hours are a little bit all over the place sometimes. I want to make sure that I am productive in the day before I go to work in the evening. And yeah, I just don't want to be faffing around anymore, and I just want to be a bit more organised. And I've been quite good recently, you know, I've been filming and editing my videos and getting them up in time and getting them up when I say I'm going to get them up. So I want to keep doing that. And yeah, I think once I've made it a habit, then it's just going to come quite naturally to me. But I am a very disorganised person by default. It's in my genes. So that's something that I definitely want to work on. Question 5 is, what's a book that you've had forever and you still need to read? So that book is this one here, The Dead Wife by Sue Fortin. I bought this back in 2019. I bought it on the day I came back from my Yorkshire holiday, and I remember featuring this book in my holiday book haul back in 2019. And yeah, I just haven't read it. It's a thriller, so I'm gonna like it because I generally like thrillers. I've seen a few people talk about this book and they've had some positive things to say about it. So maybe this is another one I'm going to try and prioritise in 2021. But yeah, I really need to read this one. And the last question is, one word that you are hoping 2021 will be. Novid. Basically. No COVID, that would be nice. No, I just want 2021 to be full of creativity and enjoyment and happiness. I'm gonna go with creative. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be one of my most creative years, and I've got loads of cool ideas coming up for videos for this channel and for bookish related challenges, which you'll probably hear about in the future. Yeah, there's just a lot of things buzzing in my brain right now that I want to do, so 2021 is going to be creative. That wasn't the last question, actually. The last question is to tag a friend. So if you're watching this video right now, then I tag you. Go and do this tag. It's a lot of fun. And then feel free to link me to your book tag videos when you've done them so that I can go and waste a little bit of my time watching them, because I always love getting new booktube videos to watch. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please leave a cheeky thumbs up if you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos from me in the future. It's gonna be a fun year for booktube, I think. I think I'm gonna have a good year on this channel this year. We'll see. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in another video very soon.